From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for March 6th, 2026. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. House lawmakers narrowly rejected a war powers resolution to curb President Donald Trump's powers in the Iran war a day after the Senate voted down a similar measure. The tight 212 to 219 tally in the House is an early sign of unease in Congress over the rapidly widening conflict that is reordering U.S. priorities at home and abroad. Meanwhile, Israel hinted at unnamed surprises, as they put it, ahead after its military said it had degraded most of Iran's air defenses. Hours earlier, an Iranian official warned the U.S. against a potential ground invasion, an option U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth hasn't ruled out. Turning to news back near home, President Donald Trump on Thursday fired his embattled Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem after mounting criticism over her leadership of the department, including the handling of the administration's immigration crackdown and disaster response. Trump, who said he would nominate Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin in her place, made the announcement on social media after Noem faced a two-day grilling on Capitol Hill this week from GOP members as well as Democrats. Noem's departure marks a stunning turnaround for a close ally to the president, who was tasked with steering his centerpiece policy of mass deportations. But she appeared to increasingly become a liability for Trump, with questions rising over her spending at her department and over her conduct in the aftermath of the shooting deaths of two protesters in Minneapolis earlier this year. In other news, the mother of two young girls found buried inside suitcases in Cleveland, Ohio, was charged Thursday with 2 counts of aggravated murder, police said. Aaliyah Henderson, age 28, is accused of killing Mila Chapman and Amor Wilson, whose remains were recovered after a dog walker led authorities to the suitcases 4 days earlier. Mila's father, Deshaun Chapman, said Thursday that he had been looking for his daughter and pursuing custody for 5 years before investigators told him late Wednesday that she had died. Chapman said he repeatedly sought emergency custody and had tried to locate Mila through a child welfare agency, but those efforts were unsuccessful because he did not know where they were living. It's very much horrible, Chapman said, adding that it turned out Mila had been living within view of where their bodies were found. He said he felt, quote, useless. I couldn't save my baby, end quote. And finally, in Pennsylvania news, a Chester County, Pennsylvania man was arrested after police say he sexually assaulted an 11-year-old girl at Walmart. Joseph Bouffard, age 26, is charged with multiple indecent assault offenses that occurred at the West Salisbury Township Walmart store, Pennsylvania State Police said. Authorities say Bouffard, a Glenmore resident, followed the victim around the store before inappropriately touching her. Court documents say the offenses occurred on January 24th. Beaufort was arraigned Wednesday in Parksburg District Court on charges of indecent assault, unlawful sexual contact with a minor, and corruption of minors. He was released on $25,000 unsecured bail. That's the news at this hour. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Apple TV, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.